Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings trilogy is filled with legendary battles, but one of the most debated fights is Gandalf versus the Witch-king of Angmar in The Return of the King. In the film, the confrontation makes Gandalf seem overmatched, even losing his staff. This confused many fans, as it suggested the two were equals, or that Gandalf was weaker. However, in Tolkien's original lore, Gandalf is far stronger than the Witch-king, and this fight never actually happens in the books. Gandalf's power versus the Witch-king's abilities. To understand who is stronger, we have to compare their abilities. Gandalf is a Maya, a divine spirit sent by the Valar, Middle-earth's godlike beings. He has immense magical abilities, can read minds, manipulate energy with song, and possesses one of the rings of power, Narya, the Ring of Fire, which enhances his abilities. He is also immortal, though he exists in a human-like form. The Witch-king, on the other hand, is a fallen human king, corrupted by Sauron through one of the 9 rings. He is extremely powerful, resistant to conventional weapons, and commands dark magic, including the terrifying Black Breath and his Morgul blade, which nearly killed Frodo. However, his strength comes from Sauron, meaning he is still a servant rather than an independent force. Although the Witch-king is the mightiest of the Nazgul, he is still vastly weaker than Gandalf. However, the movie makes it seem otherwise. In The Return of the King, the Witch-king confronts Gandalf in Minas Tirith, shattering his staff and leaving him powerless. This never happens in the books. So why did the filmmakers change it? The likely reason is Glorfindel's prophecy, which states that no man can defeat the Witch-king. This prophecy is crucial to the story, as it foreshadows Éowyn and Merry's victory over the Nazgul leader. If Gandalf had defeated the Witch-king earlier, this moment would have lost its impact. Peter Jackson likely overpowered the Witch-king in this scene to increase tension and emphasize Éowyn's role later in the battle. By making Gandalf seem weaker, the film raises the stakes and makes it seem like no one can stop the Witch-king, until Éowyn and Merry prove otherwise. Yes, Gandalf would almost certainly have won in a true battle. However, there's an important limitation. He was not allowed to use his full power. Gandalf was sent to Middle-earth by the Valar with restrictions on his abilities. His mission was to guide and inspire rather than directly dominate Sauron's forces. Unlike Sauron, who openly used his power to control others, Gandalf had to work through wisdom and leadership. This may explain why he never fully overpowers his enemies, even when he is capable of doing so. That being said, we do get a glimpse of his strength in the Fellowship of the Ring when he battles the Balrog of Moria. The Balrog, like Sauron, is also a Maya, meaning it is vastly more powerful than the Witch-king. If Gandalf could defeat a Balrog, he could certainly defeat the Witch-king. In Tolkien's writings, Gandalf would have easily bested the Witch-king in a one-on-one fight. However, The Return of the King changes this to make the story more dramatic and reinforce the prophecy. While it makes for an intense scene, it ultimately misrepresents Gandalf's true power. Had the movie been fully accurate to the books, Gandalf would have likely crushed the Witch-king with ease, but that would have robbed Éowyn of her heroic moment. So while the change may frustrate book purists, it serves a clear narrative purpose.
But in a true fight, the Witch-king wouldn't have stood a chance. Ultimately, Jackson's adaptation may have tweaked the details, but the essence of Middle-earth's greatest powers remains as fascinating as ever.